Oi lads, Crypto here, and today I'm very excited to be making this video because today is the release day of Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. And hey, to celebrate the day of release, I thought I might as well show you guys my day 1 Spellshot and Graveborn build, also known as DEADSHOT. I'm only going to be showing the skill trees through Mental Mars's skill tree calculator. Link to that will be left in the description down below if you want to make your own builds pre-release. The main reason why is because the game isn't even out yet. At the time of recording, we're around 7 hours away, which is kinda close. But yeah, since the game isn't out, we don't know which items are in the game and what interacts with what. So yeah, that's why we're sticking exclusively to skill trees. But alright, let's get to it. So this is my Spellshot x Graveborn. I need to stop calling that. This is my DEADSHOT build. This build focuses on all things magic. You're not going to be using weapons, you're not going to be using anything else, just spells. They're going to be your main source of damage and main source of healing. And speaking of which, healing is probably the biggest standout of this build. You'll see what I mean when we get into the skills, but you'll pretty much never be dying. Okay, we're gonna start off with the action skill, and Lord forgive me if I say this wrong. There's so many skills in this game where the name is just impossible for me to pronounce. So yeah, you might have to deal with some horrible pronunciation in this video, but hey, I'm working on it. Our action skill is Ambi Hextruous. Anyway, this skill allows us to put a spell in our action skill slot. So TLDR, we're Gunzerkin Salvador style, but instead it's with spells. Alright, onto the skills, and we're gonna kick off with a Graveborn tree because it's just going to be so much easier to explain things down the line. The first skill, which we're going to spec 5 out of 5 into, is Essence Drain. This skill is a kill skill which gives us 25% spell cooldown rate. Yeah. That's kind of insane considering, like I said earlier, this build is focused on all things spells. Next up we have Mortal Vessel, because it's always nice to just have some more maximum health and some more dark magic efficiency, you know what I mean? Next up we're gonna spec into Sanguine Sacrament, whatever. Whenever we cast a spell, this skill allows us to regenerate 15% health per second for 2 seconds. Remember when I said a big standout of this build is healing? Yeah, this is the start of that insanity. We put 2 points into Dark Pact for some more dark magic damage, a point into Dread Covenant because 35% of damage taken by us is redirected to the Demi-Devious Lick. And also when we reach 1 health and we're about to die, we immediately restore 75% of health, but unfortunately our Demi-Devious Lick does pass away, so I don't know, I see this as a worthy deal. We maxed out Stain of the Soul because spells deal 20% more bonus dark magic damage, and hey, who knows, maybe there's some busted dark magic spell in the game. 2 points into Dark Hydra, which gives us a 60% chance to spawn 2 Hydras which deal dark magic ability damage. Just seems like some nice aggro relief. And maybe they do some decent damage too, I don't know, but aggro relief is the goal here. Again, we're going with some great survivability for this build. We maxed out Ascension. This is a kill skill which stacks 10 times and gives us 6% maximum health and spell damage per stack. Get 10 kills and both of those will be increased by 60% for 30 seconds. Yeah, that seems nutty, especially since we're focusing on health and spells. We spec'd into Punishment so our Demi-Leash can cast Hellish Blast more. No idea if this does a lot of damage, but it seems kinda cool. We put 4 out of 5 points into Blast Gap. Basically, whenever we deal spell damage, there is a 20% chance we'll create an elemental explosion, dealing ability damage of the spell's elemental type to nearby enemies. Unfortunately, these cannot crit, but I'm sure they'll do some decent damage either way. And finally, for this skill tree, we reach the capstone, and holy shit, this sounds insane. Casting a spell automatically activates all of the Fate Maker's kill skills. Now remember, we can cast 2 skills at the same time because of our action skill. So like every single time we cast a spell, we'll get 60% more max health and spell damage, a very high chance to spawn our Dark Hydras, and even more spell cooldown rate, which will let us proc Morhaime's Blessing. I don't think I said the capstone name earlier, my bad. So this will kind of work in a continuous loop. We keep getting more spell cooldown rate, we keep proccing this skill, and then we keep getting kill skills. Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, onto the Spellshot tree. We maxed out Spell Sniper to get a 60% critical hit chance with our spells. This is great as we're able to get more damage on a spell-themed build. Now, we're rarely going to be using guns, but there will be them instances where we do have to, so we maxed out Magic Bullets just for those scenarios. We maxed out Font of Mana because we get 20% more spell cooldown rate, meaning more damage, more healing, more kill skills, more everything. And we also get action skill cooldown rate. Now, because our action skill lets us get another spell, I'm not sure if this contributes to that other spell, you know what I mean? I doubt it does, but hey, we get more spell cooldown rate and I'm fine with that. That's why we're speccing into this skill. Moving on, we put a point into Mage Armor because whenever we get a stack of Spellweaving, a portion of our ward is restored. If you don't know what Spellweaving is, basically casting a spell or reloading our weapon gives us a stack of it, it increases spell damage and that's pretty much it. It's kind of a neat little passive effect. Mage Armor also works very well because we spec'd into Glass Cannon. The description states, the Fatemaker no longer automatically recharges their ward, but they gain 30% spell damage. So you can see how these two skills interact. Basically we get more spell damage, and then whenever we cast a spell we get more shields. See how this build really interconnects? It's kinda cool with how it works. And finally we put a point into high thread count for +3 max spellweaving stacks. Yeah, it's just more damage, innit? Now don't worry, I know we're done with our skill tree, but we still have hero points to cover, baby. You get to spend 54 hero points at the start of the game, and every perk starts off with 10, even though they don't get any bonuses. This just makes it more confusing to explain, god damn it. We put 24 points into dexterity for a higher critical hit chance, 30 into intelligence for more spell cooldown rate, and finally we put 30 into wisdom for more status effect damage. Yes, I realise that doesn't add up to 54. Blame Gearbox, not me. This system is weird. Like, why does it start you off at 10 for every single perk? Shouldn't it be 0? Like, they don't give you any bonuses. But finally, ignoring that weirdness, our final choice will be the backstory, and we are going to go as the Village Idiot. This backstory gives us higher critical hit damage. Remember, our spells can hit crits, though it does minus some of our intelligence, but it's fine. We have enough spell cooldown rate as it is. So yeah, that is my first build for my very first playthrough in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. I think I did a pretty good job. You guys are welcome to use it if you want to. It's good, it's good. By the time you're watching this, the game may be out and you might be playing it already, and if so, I hope you have fun. I really hope the game is great. But yeah, that's it. Just a short little video, but I thought you guys would find this interesting, and there really isn't that much to show off yet. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, a great Wonderlands experience, and I'll see you all in the next one. Stay classy. Peace.